Now, speaking of gratitude, nearly every nation has a Memorial Day and an Independence Day, but only Israel, as far as I'm aware, intentionally places these days back to back, thereby thrusting a practice of gratitude upon the Israeli society at large. And here to discuss this phenomenon, practicing psychologist Dr. Kamila Forkosh Lavan. Kamila, it's so great to have you back. Thank you so much.
We're really happy to be here again.
All right, so first of all, as a psychologist, what do you make of this very intentional practice of separating these 2 days by a minute, literally?
I think it's actually really, really smart. If I was a psychologist trying to figure this thing out, I totally suggest it. Why, you ask? Because if you know, which you do, our country kind of was thrown together very quickly in a really, really turbulent kind of environment with a lot of people from different places that they came, different languages, all that kind of stuff. So it was very, very important to create instantaneously a country, a culture, a people that are bonded together. So to remind us while we're stressed out and while we're facing war and while we're facing all kinds of difficulties, that there's a lot to be grateful for is key.
So, I mean, especially as an immigrant, how do you see these effects of the juxtaposition on the national psyche? How do you see where do you see the effect of this most?
Mm-hmm. I think it's a great question because you can actually see it now as well, not just way back then with our grandparents and whatever, yeah? That people that come here often come for some kind of a hope or idealism, something where they do want to become part of something bigger, come to their homeland, different people with different ideals, why they come here. So I think to be able to understand on an individual level that while you're going through hardship of immigration, there's a cultural clash, there's difficulty with the language, sometimes even going to the bank is very, very stressful, to also at the same time remember that, look, how much you accomplished, all the good things that you do have, to not forget to see them because they help build hope, they help build perseverance, they help keep you moving.
So how do we apply that sort of lesson of being grateful and taking a moment to say thank you, even in the heart of difficulty in our everyday lives? Because, of course, it's not every day that you have the country that does it for you.
Right. So it's very important to mindfulness, basically practice mindfulness. What does that mean? Because it's a very nice popular catchphrase, but what does that actually mean? It means literally stop for a moment, because it's so easy to just be caught up in work, in money, in arguments, in all kinds of things, and literally just stop for a moment and look around and say, like, okay, where did I come from? Even this week, what did I accomplish? Even if it's something that seems to you that is something very small, it's not. Literally, our whole life is built on little, tiny, tiny little steps going forward. That's it.
So is that really the trick, just to, maybe even overlook some of the bigger things sometimes and look for those really small moments?
But that's the thing. Big things are all made out of small moments. That's all that's all we've got. You have to see them.
So you just got to take a minute to, stop and smell the roses, basically.
Exactly.
All right, Kamila, I love this. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.